What's up, everyone? Welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and today we're gonna be talking about Miss Philippines Earth 2024. That's right, you guys. I know it's been a couple of days since the pageant, and I told you I was not feeling great. I was done for a little bit, but now your boy is back, and I'm ready to talk about this. Okay, so two things. Today we're going to be covering the top 5 Q&A because you know that this is my favorite part of the pageant. You know that this is the reason why I fell in love with pageantry to begin with. And then we're going to have a separate video covering the full performance of the winner, exclusively the winner. Her name is Ira Alfeche or Ira, I don't know. I have to check it out. But anyway, she's the winner. She represented Davao del Sur during the competition. And you know what? I have a lot of thoughts and things that I would like to put out, I would like to express when it comes to the competition, because I know that a few things were not what everyone was expecting, but there's always a reason for everything, right? So that's what we're gonna be doing today on this video. You know what to do. If you enjoy this type of content, please go ahead, drop a like on the video, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend, and of course, find me and follow me on other social platforms as well. So that's enough of me talking. Let's get into this reaction because I feel like it's gonna be a very good one and see how the ladies did.
It's all about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost there. We're on to the most crucial part.
The most crucial part, indeed.
This is the part that could be the deciding factor in choosing the new Miss Philippines Earth. The top 5 delegates will be answering the same question. They will be given exactly 30 seconds to answer, and the moment they hear this warning sign, that means it's time for them to wrap up their answer.
Okay.
Headphones.
First thing that I would like to say, I really like the fact that it's the same final question for everyone. Let's just put on the headphones to the girls and let's give them the same question, because that's when you can compare, like truly compare, their com skills and how they handle pressure. Because when everyone has different questions, some questions might be more challenging than others, some questions might be more confusing than others. So we know that for that at Miss Philippines Earth, and that's something that I really love about them, they have the hashtag round where everyone gets a different word, an image, or they get like a sentence and they have to make something out of it. That is the challenging part. Now for Q&A, same question for everyone. Let's put them basically all at the same level and see how they perform. Get it? All right, so let's keep watching.
To the remaining delegates so that they do not hear the question. We'll wait for them to put that on and we'll call up our first.
All right, let's put on the headphones.
Baco.
Miss Baco is the first one.
Give her a round of applause.
Looking great in red. Her gown looks like a flamenco gown from Spain.
Hi, Baco. I have the question right here. Any advantage? What have you learned from your journey in Miss Philippines Earth with the younger generation?
Okay, before she answers, pretty standard question, okay? This is something that every single one of these girls should be ready to answer at any time during the competition. I'm not even talking about, Q&A preparation. This is basically the core of it. Why did you join Miss Philippines Earth? What is the reason that you're here? Why do you want to be the next Miss Philippines Earth? Basically, they're just rephrasing the same question and like, what would you tell the newer generation about Miss Philippines Earth? I mean, you need to know this, like, you have to have it in the back of your mind, right? So let's see.
One of the biggest lessons that I've learned in my Miss Philippines Earth journey is that we are all capable of creating change, no matter how small. A lot of people, the biggest misconception about environmental advocacy is that we think we need to do something big. No, it's as simple as recycling. It's as simple as doing the small things. It's as simple as volunteering. Those small things create a big impact, and that's what we need to do. Thank you.
Okay, let's start with the positive. My girl looks incredible. As I said, I love the red on her. She looks cute. She looks good. I love the fact that, it's like like the flamenco emoji. She looks like that with this gown. Makeup is flawless. The girl is beautiful. And she's super eloquent. I mean, there was no hesitation in her answer. My concern here And let me know if you agree in the comment section down below. She didn't answer the question. They asked basically, what would you tell about Miss Philippines Earth to the newer generation? So she started talking about a bunch of like, ecological and current issues that we are facing and how important recycling can be, and the impact that it can have. Great. I mean, amazing. But the question is, what would you tell the younger generation about the organization or about the title? Basically, how would you lure them into like getting into Miss Philippines Earth, or how would you tell them that you were motivated? What made you want to join the competition? So to me, those are the things that I will be looking for in that answer, not just like give me something about the environment just because it's Miss Philippines Earth, right? That's the thing, girls. Sometimes you have to stop and listen, because another reality is that very often in pageantry, the girls will have like pre-prepared answers to whatever, an answer that can apply to a lot of different questions, and they think that they might be able to pull it off by just, putting that answer in there and hoping for the best. Well, this is not one of those cases. You actually need to answer the question, and unfortunately, the answer to the question wasn't there. If she answers it and then she adds the rest that she mentioned, like the recycling and everything, good, no problem, no complaints. This part, I don't know about that.
Lovely. Thank you very much. Wonderful answer. But we'll leave it for our judges to decide. Next up, may we call on Batangas City.
Miss Batangas, who by the way was a fan favorite since the
Again,
beginning.
please make her feel welcome up here. She must be very nervous. You don't look it. You don't look it at all. But same question for you that I asked earlier, and it's quite a simple one. You have 30 seconds to answer what you've learned from your journey in Miss Philippines Earth that you would like to share with the younger generation.
For the Miss Philippines Earth organization, the organization is known for building queens. And we have seen our queens, how they become diplomats and ambassadors of their own cause. And this is what I want to share to the next generation, that I am not here in this platform to bring my story, but I am here to share our story, our journey, because this is our heritage, and I am proud of you all. And I hope all of you guys will be proud of me as I charm you with an. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Ira. Okay, I will just mention what I said earlier. Ira was considered to be the fan favorite of the competition. For most people, if you go and look at predictions, Ira was predicted to be the winner of the competition. She actually ended up as a fourth runner-up with the title of Miss Philippines Earth Ecotourism. And I have a few things that I would like to say. When it comes to the Q&A, let's get into that first. Q&A, she technically did answer the question. She talked about how the girls can become, diplomats and ambassadors. And then she mentioned, some of her personal motivations to join the competition. I feel like the answer could have been a little bit more specific towards what would you tell them about the organization, because the reality is any beauty queen who joins any beauty pageant can use those skills to become a diplomat, and they technically are becoming an ambassador for that organization. So that is not something specific about Miss Philippines Earth. There was a need for more information. That's what I was lacking in the answer. The second thing that I would like to say is that basically the ending of the answer was not very strong. It felt like she started pretty solid. I won't say it was like very, very strong. It was solid in the beginning, and then it got weaker and weaker as she progressed, because it felt like she was looking for the answer. What is it that she want to say? How does she wants to present it? It was basically going nowhere. She was trying to find her way as she was going. And yeah, the ending was not as impactful as I would expect for this type of competition, right? And the last thing, this has nothing to do with Q&A. I wonder, I would love to hear Ira's side of this, because I'm not passing judgment or anything, but I will say one of the reasons why I think Ira didn't advance further in terms of the ranking of the crowns, it's because of the styling. I don't know what went wrong during this coronation night. If something happened, if maybe there was a different gown prepared and something happened to that, or there was like a last minute change or a conflict or something. I don't understand this choice of gown for the finals. Like, that's why I would like to hear her take on it. Like, did something go wrong, or was this the plan all along? It's too simple for a stage of this caliber. She looks beautiful in it, don't get me wrong. She looks beautiful, but this is not a winning gown for Miss Philippines Earth. This is not a final gown for any competition. This is a great gown for a red carpet. It's a great gown for a corporate event, not for Miss Philippines Earth. Anyways, we love Ira. I mean, I've loved this girl since she joined Binibining Pilipinas back in the day. I was so excited to see her come back. If you watch my first predictions, she was my number one pick and everything. I do feel like there were a couple of missteps along the way that maybe made her end as a fourth runner up. Still, she got a crown, so props for that. But I just wanted to basically address those things. And Ira, if you're watching, we love you, girl.
As I charm you with an
All
thank you.
right.
Batangas City, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Next up, we have Matanao, Davao del Sur. A little louder,
Let's
guys.
go, Miss
Dig a
Davao
little
del
deep. Come on, we're
Sur.
almost at the end of the night. They're a great bunch, aren't they? They're awesome. Don't worry. Relax. This is your question. What have you learned from your journey in Miss Philippines Earth that you would like to share with the younger generation?
As an educator myself, I need to educate the young ones, the children, to preserve and conserve our Mother Earth. And as aspirant Miss Philippines Earth, we or I will be a role model in protecting our Mother Earth. Always remember, if we work hand in hand together, we can create an environment for our better future. Thank you so much.
Grabe. Grabe. Winner for a reason. Okay, let's talk about Ira's answer. Ira? Girl, somebody correct me in the comment section. Um, when I said earlier that I want the answer to be a little bit more specific, this is what I'm talking about. She started by talking about her own experience as an educator who is already someone, an educator to begin with, is someone who for the most part, speaks and teaches to the youth, right? So as an educator, I will tell them about this and this and this. And she gave a couple of examples of actions that they can take in order to, work on the environment or better address certain issues. You get the point, right? And at the same time, then she proceeded to give examples of what she does herself. She didn't necessarily imply like this is what Miss Philippines Earth organization is all about, but she basically gave them accessible, easy to understand examples of what they do and why that those actions are important, what type of impact they can have on the environment by doing those things. First of all, that was the best thing. Miss Ira, Miss Davao del Sur, basically. Um, I'm gonna be honest. If you look back on my predictions, my initial predictions, she was not. I don't remember if she even was on my picks because I thought in the beginning of the competition she was actually kind of like blending with everyone, a lot of the girls, and then there were the clear two front runners that everyone was talking about. So it was Miss Batangas and Miss Makati. But I'm going to say this girl really knew how to peak in the competition, how to step up her game, especially for finals. She looks incredible. And I was looking back at some of the competitions. She also won the gold medal for the swimsuit competition. So I think that she was very strategic about it. This is not the first time that she has joined Miss Philippines Earth. So the fact that she's also a seasoned, experienced queen in this particular pageant system is going to give her an edge, an advantage. And I mean, at the end of the day, when you combine the looks with the experience, the way that she expressed herself and she answered that question, home run. But we still have two more girls to go, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's give them a chance to talk and then we can summarize.
An environment for
To spare. All right, next up, Sindangan, Zamboanga del Norte. Woo! Feeling good? Great. Your question. I hope you didn't hear through your headphones. What have you learned from your journey in Miss Philippines Earth that you would like to share with the younger generation?
As the next Miss Philippines Earth, I've learned a lot throughout my journey. As I engage myself to the community, empathize to the people, educate them about my advocacy, Eco Click Top into Eco Action, and empower each and everyone to do the same. This is my story that I want to impart to the children because I know that when you have the heart of service, when you have the heart to take good care of the earth, We have a wonderful world that we live in. Thank you.
Okay. So actually, you know what? This was very solid. The answer itself, she answered the question, she gave examples, she was very straight to the point, not too much beating around the bush, and she ended right on time. So no complaints when it comes to that. My only feedback, honestly, there's not much to criticize. She looks incredible. Answer the question. I mean, what else is there to say? I wish sometimes that we could work on just being a little bit more natural when the girls are speaking on stage. I don't mind when they go like the very impactful, right? And like the very impactful way, and they will make a statement on stage. I don't mind that. But when they go into this kind of like beauty queen mode, like, I, as an advocate, I want to, and then I want to also, and I will give my, nobody speaks like that in real life. So I feel like this is why sometimes exists this kind of like stigma around beauty queens, and people point the finger at them like, oh yeah, they're kind of like manufactured, because it doesn't come across as very relatable, or as a way that most people would answer a question. For me personally, what I like is when the girls are really straight to the point, impactful with the message, and if they can sound very smart while delivering it, I love that. I just love it. I don't like it when the girls sound like, you know, as a fierce advocate who has dedicated my entire life. I don't like that. I'm not saying that's her case, but I'm saying there is a little bit of that tone. So that's my only feedback. But other than that, girl, that was a home run with the answer.
We have a wonderful.
Well done. Thank you very much. And our final contestant.
Last but
from
not least,
Zamboanga,
looking
Cebu.
incredible. She was also one of the fan favorites in the competition, right?
Here we go, folks. The final question. What have you learned from your journey in Miss Philippines Earth that you would like to share with the younger generation?
What I learned in my journey is that the biggest polluter in the world is not air pollution, is not land pollution, but the pollution of the mind. I think that we should make sure what we feed our minds are what it needs and what our society needs. And as your next Miss Philippines Earth 2024, it would be an honor to spearhead that. Thank you.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Girl, where's the answer to the question? Okay. As I said earlier, basically, Miss Zamboanga Cebu High, she was one of the fan favorites for the competition. I remember posting the photos of all of the delegates when I went to the press presentation, and her portrait getting so much attention, so many comments. So obviously there was a lot of support for this girl. Similar to the first or second girl that we talked about, the first girl, there's an issue there when it comes to the answer. She didn't really answer the question. She basically said what she would like to do. She talked about the pollution of the mind. She was clever when it comes to that, but they're asking you basically, what would you tell the youth, the newer generation, about the organization or about your title? And you're telling me about mind pollution. Why? Where is the link? So I think, as I said, to me, this might be one of those answers that perhaps she was prepared for. It's a very general answer, very generic, that can kind of fit a lot of different questions, a lot of different molds. But when you do that, you take the risk that you will be giving a question that doesn't fit the mold, and then you have to think outside of the box. But here, there was no thought outside of the box. So, yeah, that's my only concern here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. In my personal humble opinion, if you ask me, out of the top 5 who answered the Q&A, who had the best answer of the night, I will say Miss Davao del Sur rightfully deserved the crown based on the Q&A portion. Remember, you guys, that I'm also filming a full performance reaction to the winners presentation during Miss Philippines Earth final night. So go ahead and check it out. In the meantime, don't forget to hit the like button on this video, comment, subscribe, follow me on social media, and stay tuned for new content. Love you guys. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye now.